That's a little harder than it used to be. We've been touring on the road now for almost 11 years together. We're not that old, but we're starting to feel it. But man, glad to be here with you guys tonight. And as I mentioned before, we do have a new record that came out that we're excited about. Really, all these songs. The reason we titled it Believers, because really all these songs have to do with a relationship with Jesus Christ, what it looks like to be a believer and walk with God on a daily basis. And the difference between Christians and the rest of the world is very simple. It's simply that we believe that Jesus is who he said he is. We believe that he died and rose again and has forgiven us for our sins. And there's a lot of crazy things out there, a lot of things that people believe in, and I'd like to make sure that my beliefs are very separated, because it's very clear. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And so tonight, do we have any believers in here tonight? Well, this record is for you guys, and it's for future believers as well. We hope that people experience God's love maybe for the first time. Also, I just want to say a big thank you tonight to Compassion International for putting on this tour. A lot of people don't know this, but my wife and I have actually sponsored a little girl with Compassion for about 13 years. Before Kutless even started, we were sponsoring her, and she's actually getting ready to graduate the program this spring. I got to visit her down in Lima, Peru. It was a life-changing experience for me and for my family. And I want to encourage you, we really do believe in what Compassion's doing, and we'd encourage you guys, if you looked at a packet tonight or you're thinking about sponsoring a child, man, if I can encourage you to get involved in these kids' lives. Sometimes we set out, to make a difference in someone else's life, and we realize that probably the biggest difference happened in our own hearts and in our own lives, and it's a great practical way for us to do what Christ has asked us to do, to help the poor and needy, and reach out and love on these kids around the world. And so I've experienced it in my own life, and so I just encourage you guys, before you leave, just pray about that, check it out before you guys leave. I know some of you guys are holding packets out there too, but just thank you guys for those of you who are doing that work and supporting these kids. It's a big deal, and we appreciate what Compassion's doing around the world. But for you guys tonight, this next song we want to play for you is a song on the new record. It's called Come Back Home, and this song is written about the parable of the prodigal son. Many of you guys know that story. Many of us can relate to that story. Real quickly, it's a story about a young man who turned his back on his family. He said, I want my inheritance right now. I want to live my life my own way. I don't want my dad telling me what I'm going to do and what I can't do. I'm going to do my own thing. So he took his money and ran. He went into the city and he partied it up. He lived it up. He had a great time for a little while. But he ran out of money, and after he ran out of money, he ran out of friends. When he ran out of friends, he ran out of places to stay. He found himself in a pig pen with nowhere else to go. He was eating whatever food was left after the pigs were finished eating. And he thought, how did I get this low? How could have I gotten here? And it was in that moment that he said, man, even the servants in my dad's house are better off than me right now. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go back and plead with my dad to maybe take me back as a servant, as a slave. I don't deserve to be his son anymore. I turned my back on him. But maybe he'll take me back. So that son headed home, and the Bible says that while he was still a long ways away, the father saw him, and he ran to him. He threw his arms around his neck and said, my son has come home. He took the ring off of his finger and put it upon his son's finger to signify, this is my son. Not a servant, not a slave, but my son whom I love deeply. And Jesus told that story to explain the love our Father in heaven, God, has for us. And maybe tonight you say, man, I've been down a lot of roads, and I don't know if God could ever forgive me for what I've done, for where I've been. Tonight we want to remind you that God's love and his grace is sufficient to cover anything and everything. And he says this very simply, I want you back. I will love you. I will forgive you. I will welcome you back as my child, as long as you're simply willing to come back home. How long to come to the end of your reckless streak? How long till freedom weighs you down? How long till heart figures out that you need me? How till you turn around. When you come back home, I'll be running out to meet you when you come back home. Finally down there to let you, and you'll see every wrong turn, every bridge you burn. It's all forgiven and gone when you come back home. When you come back home. Wanna see that face that I've been missing so much. Wanna wrap my arms around your neck. Wanna welcome you back to the place where you belong. Wanna show you love was never left. When you come back home, I'll be running out to meet you when you come back home. Finally down there to lift you, and you'll see every wrong turn, every bridge you burn. It's all forgiven and gone when you come back home. I paid the price, so have no fear. There's nothing but mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage, Mr. Rhett Walker.